How do you prepare for a challenge like the Colts, a team that is overperforming and they're in a tight fight like you guys are for a playoff spot?
Yeah, I think, when you get to this point of the year, everybody's fighting. Been playing football for a long time, and so I think it's going to be a really good challenge for us. Another, back-to-back road game, so another game on the road. Going to have to deal with noise, all that stuff. And so it's going to take, obviously, coming off a short week, a good week of practice, walkthroughs, getting good mental reps throughout the week.
Being able to beat the Chiefs, does that elevate your confidence knowing that you beat the defending champions? And if you beat them, you guys can pretty much beat anybody you're facing, right?
I think we try to take it as, try to worry about ourselves. And obviously it was a great win for us last week. But, I think if you just go based off results week to week, the NFL is so up and down. So I think, we try to stay pretty even keel as much as possible. And, not really based on the results week to week, but rather how we're preparing, how we're performing, all those things.
You watched the video of your performance on Monday. What are your takeaways from it?
Yeah, obviously didn't have my best game, and we didn't do much offensively in the past game. And I think, like I said after the game, I missed some opportunities that were there. And so, I think it's week to week. You got to try to improve as much as possible, and try to execute when Sunday or whenever the game comes around.
How much emphasis have you guys been taking on taking care of the football? It's been 3 out of the last 4 games where there's no interceptions, taking care of the balls. How important is that for you guys?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think just being able to give our defense a chance for the most part is huge for us. Our defense is playing super well, and so for us to, obviously we want to score as many points as possible. We want to, play how we played against the Chargers, but sometimes it's a team sport, so there's ups and downs on both sides of the ball, and our defense has done an awesome job keeping us in a lot of games. And so, yeah, like you said, to not turn the ball over, I think is huge confidence for our offense going forward and our whole team.
Aidan, Coach Pierce kind of compared your poker face to when he played with Eli Manning. And, how were you able to kind of stay mentally tough without completing a pass for a couple quarters there and just hold all the way through?
Like I said, I think it's because it's a team game. I'm really happy I don't play an individual sport. I don't know. I wouldn't do very well. And so to have guys to rely on, I think, is a beautiful part of the sport we play. I think, if a team can win different games, obviously we want to win every game by a lot of points, but, there's been times this year where, all 3 phases have had to step up. And so, I think, just the confidence that the guys around me give me, I think is huge. I think, there's a sense that they understand how hard it is and what it takes to move the ball down the field as an entire offense. And so, as we're maybe stalling in a game like that, I think the guys stay confident. We understand that it's not just about the last possession. You have to look at the big picture and try to execute as much as possible. So I think there's a lot of factors that go into it. I think for the most part, though, I have great coaches around me, great players around me that really help me try to be the best player I can be.
So, Aidan, to that point, with the defense playing the way that they're playing, does that take some of the load off of your shoulders in terms of not necessarily having to do too much?
I think, again, we try to execute as best possible. I think, we don't go into a game thinking, our defense is going to bail us out here or there. Obviously, they have, and they've done an awesome job of that. And we're confident they're going to do that, obviously, because they've showed it. But we want to perform as best we can. I think individually and collectively as different units on the offense, and then as a whole group. I think we want to challenge ourselves to score as many points as possible, but also be as efficient as possible. Make good decisions with everything we do. And so, it's like I keep saying, it's a team sport. So you got to rely on each other sometimes, and that's what we've been doing.
You've had a unique first season in the NFL. What is the biggest thing you've learned so far?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think definitely how long the season is. I'll give you 2. How long the season is one thing. It's been a lot of football played so far. We've still got more to play, and I think the other thing is how up and down everything is. I think week to week there's so much that goes into each game that requires to go out there and perform well. And so I think you have to work as hard as possible each day, each week to give yourself a chance when the game comes around.
Have you thought at all about kind of the juxtaposition of you with this franchise? This franchise has been known as the bad boys of the NFL, and you're this quiet, middle America, humble guy. Starting, leading the charge at quarterback. Think about that at all?
I think I have a little bit to my personality maybe sometimes that people don't know about that can come out in different times. But I'm just trying to have as much fun as possible. I get to play quarterback in the NFL, and I'm in a really cool spot in a really great organization. So haven't thought too much about that, but I'm really just trying to have as much fun as possible, and yeah, it's been fun.
Are there any characteristics like you feel you have or you need to possess to make the rest of the team play hard for you, even especially even when you're not having your best game?
Yeah, I think a lot comes from preparation. I think I try to be somebody who the guys look to as someone that works really hard. I try to do extra as much as possible, not so they can see me, but just because I know I need to. And I want to be, whenever the game comes around and when it's 3rd and 8 or whatever it is, I want to be confident that I put in all the work needed to be ready for that moment. And it takes a lot of work in the NFL, especially playing quarterback, and that's something I've had to learn. And so I think again, I've been lucky enough to have trust and confidence from a lot of guys to me, both verbally and how they act towards me. And so it puts me in a position where I can have great confidence